I'm hearing, have you taken some time to yourself lately? I'm hearing, have you manifested using the elements? Fire, air, water, or earth? Trying to keep a balance of all four is going to be important to you around this time. Okay, let's see. Show me what Scorpios need to see. The Devil is the first card that I flip. We have the Death card, which is you, which is actually the first card that would have came out if I picked it. That's so amazing. The King of Pentacles and the King of Cups with the Four of Wands. Oof. Oh my God, no way. This is gonna be good. It's coming out as the cards are like explaining the story. I should have been speaking, but oh my God, the Fool, it just gets better and better. I'm just gonna, okay, roll with this. So, stability is a theme of this month. You are in between worlds at this exact moment right now here. There's this energy where you are stuck between an old thing, right? With this King of Pentacles, this King of Cups, mind the gender, it doesn't matter. This is about two decisions. One of these individuals, whether it's the King of Cups or the King of Pentacles, for some of you, it is not about a love interest or a person per se, but it is about you, and you have these two sides of yourself, right? This one side that may be committed to wanting, a very structural life, and then this other side that is, pulling you down to the point where, you're in a fear-based mindset, right? Think of the Devil and the Fool. I'm thinking these could be the two sides for others of you. It could be one part of you wants to stick to what you know because that's what's comfortable, but at the other end, there's a whole new life out there that is what you want. And you're in that decision right now where, just because we want something, it doesn't mean that we're actually capable of doing what we need to do to get there. I think we are all 1000% capable, but it's not always going to come easy, and it may not always be worth it. So it's kind of like, exactly what you want is this Fool, is this new start, but there's something that's holding you back, something that you need to release. Death card, right? You needing to release something that is holding you back, whether it's some sort of habit that you have that is toxic. It takes you to, how they some people say there's an evolved Scorpio and an unevolved Scorpio. What's funny about that is we are always evolving and, unevolving. We are like literally death and rebirth. So of course we have to get to that death part too. We just experience it so much that it becomes natural to us. But at the end of the day, there has to be something that you are so passionate about that it can pull you out of the dark side here. For some of you, this is an ex and there's something so Scorpio. Oh my God. This is very sexual now all of a sudden. For some of you, this is that one person that you had a certain connection with that you've never been able to, you've never been able to find that kind of connection with anybody else here. So that's the one thing that keeps pulling you back. Everything about this person you may not like, but they may be that one person that just intuitively knows exactly what you like. So, you find them taunting, and at the same time, for you to evolve, to find a new love, you have to release this. So for some of you, you haven't fully released an ex. Maybe you're not talking to them, and you're thinking to me like, oh, I released that person, but at the end of the day, if that person is still coming to your mind in whatever way, shape, or form, especially if it's anger, if you still have anger towards them, you haven't healed from what they've done, they still possibly have a little bit of control over you. So for some of you, we are fixed signs of Scorpios, and I do feel like the people that we have in our lives, we have in our lives for a very long time. But this person's got to go. Because yes, there may be one thing that's keeping you attached to them, one thing that may be great, but think of all the things that aren't great. Think of the energy that you know, some of you have a really, it's like this person feeds off of your energy. So whatever your path is, you only steer off your path when you're around this person. You know they're bad for you. But again, with the devil here, for some of you, this person is like the complete opposite of everything that you actually want within a person. But I am hearing that you are one step away from a new... Look at all these major arcanas and all of the cards I just pulled. Like, I just realized there's so many. There's 4 right in the middle of this. And then the King energy, the 4 of Wands energy. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords. Seriously, Scorpio, you guys, you know, it's so true. Like, we are all or nothing. That means that we are either all into love or all into a relationship. Usually, or sorry, all into love or all into career and finances. And some of you, you're at the point in your life where your career is going good, you're feeling, you know, wonderful, you're feeling celebrated, things that you're working on are moving forward. You know, it's very funny because right now we have the 9 of Swords. With the King of Pentacles, something you've been working on for a very long time. Some of you, this is a side business. You've been working on 2 things, whatever the case is, trying to make a decision for some of you between 2 things, right? I see this as something that is more stable and something that I'm hearing the heart wants what it wants. With the King of Cups, and with the King of Pentacles, it's more of, I guess the King of Cups would be a more emotional based decision and this would be a more logical based decision, but you need something that's in the middle. So for some of you, you think you have a choice, but the thing is, just because you have 2 options doesn't mean you have to choose it. So you're not realizing that you could choose nothing. You could choose 9 of Pentacles to stay with your own, you know, with your own energy, love yourself, focus on yourself, because with the with the 3 of Swords here, there's still some healing that you have to do. So either way, the relationship that you go into, if you're single, would be one where you would be healing while in a relationship, and I think it's going to be a lot more beneficial when you're on your own healing. You have a new start. So many endings, new beginnings. A structure, a mindset could be changing here. You could have been somebody that had a certain type and now all of a sudden, you know, you're not really focused on a one type. Anybody that comes into your life, you're really starting to notice different things or become part of different things that you weren't before. You're building your soul's tribe. Like, I feel like we go through so many experiences, not just with love, but with friendships. You know, you have to have some friendships that are great to know what you don't want in a friendship, and good friendships to know what you do want in a friendship, right? If you don't experience it, you don't really know it. So there's this energy where you're being picky. And you're really cutting off all ties. But I think that the reason why it's so comfortable for you to cut off all ties in other areas is because you're still holding on to this thing from the past, and it's that one thing, the biggest one probably, that makes you feel super uncomfortable. It's just like the snowball method for debt. A lot of people would assume to just pay off the lowest debt, but the lowest debt has the lowest interest. You want to pay off the highest debt first, and then it becomes easier to pay off the lowest debt one. And you know, not for everybody would it be obvious to pay off the highest one first. You'd be like, okay, well, it's easier to reach this one, so why not go this way? You know, not every mind thinks of all different directions or all different options before choosing something. And it's like, you're okay with chopping off that friend and chopping off that career and moving out of your hometown because you're still holding on to that one person that always felt more at home to you than maybe all of those other things. So it's almost like you think you're progressing because you're progressing in so many ways, but at the end of the day, those ways would have been easy for you to progress in no matter what. It's the hardest one that you're kind of still holding back. And I hope this makes sense to somebody, because I really feel like this reading is like a roller coaster. It's like going everywhere. Okay. Scorpio, this is intense. It's a very intense reading. Your energy is very intense. It's like you're not thinking about just love or just career or whatever the case is, what decision to make, what you need to release, whatever the case is. It's like you are really thinking about everything. You're really ready to build your foundation. You have this newfound faith that is making you so determined. I think it's also, you know, Aries season here, making you feel so powerful, right? You live off of that Mars fuel yourself. So for some of you, you're going to be making some serious decisions, and this could be that you're going to decide to, especially if you've been focusing on love a lot, you're going to decide to kind of cut love out, focus on your finances, focus on your career, because that's where you notice things are growing, things are changing and improving. And with the King of Cups here, especially in this deck, the King of Cups is dumping out the cup, dumping out the emotion. You may just decide to put your emotions, to throw your emotions out the window, and instead of you being the Queen of Cups, right, you looking like the Queen of Swords to the outside world, but truly being the Queen of Cups on the inside, you're actually just going to be the Queen of Swords on the inside and on the outside. You're just like cutting off your emotions, and or just for some of you it's cutting off your emotions. If that's the case, you need to do some more work because you can't just cut it off. It needs to be done in a healthier way. And for others of you, it's like you're just dumping out. It's just not what you want right now. You are enjoying with the Three of Cups. You're enjoying being single. You're enjoying having options. You're enjoying, you know, for some of you, this is the first time you've ever felt like you have options. Okay. Okay. So I have these two decks. I'm actually going to list them in the description box below, that were gifted to me, and I'm going to use them for the middle section to get some energy. Okay guys, I just wanted to take a moment of your time to let you guys know that there's something really exciting coming, something that I've been working on for about a year now in the making. There's going to be a new website and a new brand that I'm going to be launching in April. This is going to be a bunch of different spiritual products that I have worked really, really hard on with my team. Ones that I think you guys are all going to be very interested in. I think there's going to be a little something for everybody. So if you want to be one of the first people to know, to have access to this, follow me on my personal Instagram, Raise Runway, as that is where I'm going to be announcing when we are going to launch and how everything is going to work, and slowly showing you guys the products that I've been working on. So I am just so excited, you guys. If you guys could just go over there and support me, that would mean the entire world to me. And even just listening to this right now means the entire world to me. So we're just going to get back into your reading, but I am really excited to share with you guys all the things that I've been working on. I do feel like all three of these. Okay, we have Gemini. I also see Virgo. Some of you, this could be a Gemini or a Virgo. Okay, I'm seeing Leo as well. Deep thought, self-sufficient. Definitely this energy here of people that are, like I said, focusing on themselves. Some of you also are learning to like really think before you speak or think before you do things, right? You're realizing that anything is possible as long as you believe and you have faith that you can do it, because you're realizing how far you've come, right? I don't know if I mentioned this for the Scorpio reading, but there was a sign, I think like last month, and I mentioned like how every single year I write down my progress. Like I write down what are the things that I've done. And to be honest, it actually motivates me more than writing down what are my goals for this year at the beginning of the year. I write down at the end of the year what are the things that I've done, and I know that every year I get to write down something. And there's always a couple things that are things that I never would have thought that I would have actually, you know, accomplished. And if I wrote them in my goals, it would have actually been a little bit too small, because I wouldn't have thought that maybe I could achieve it. So sometimes, like I said, again, it's about perspective, right? The way that you perceive things. But yeah, you just have this unlimited newfound faith. Some of you, this is about a twin, though. Like, I'm seeing Gemini and the devil, and I'm just thinking of a twin. And my body, when I say that, my fingers, I can feel like electricity in my fingers. A very twin energy. So for some of you, it's either that this is a twin flame. That's very interesting because twin flames, literally, I think I've only ever mentioned those on my channel like twice. But this energy is very strong. So it could be a twin flame, but not for everybody. For some of you, it's just somebody that you've known in the past life. If this is a person from the past, no. Then it's not them. So like, if this is somebody that you haven't actually dated yet, hasn't got off the ground, even if you've been talking to them for a while, then yes. But if this is somebody from your past, I'm not sensing a twin flame. I'm honestly just sensing somebody that got to know you. Like I'm hearing, what's the word? Naive. You were a little bit naive when you met this person, Scorpio. And they definitely kind of, I'm hearing, played you for a fool, right? They definitely, I'm hearing manipulate, twisted, manipulation. It was all manipulation. They made, for some of you, this person projected you. They were really just copying you the whole entire time. They were mirroring you, and in a way you were falling in love with yourself rather than falling in love with the person. Sometimes when we end a relationship, we're just like, well, this is not who I fell in love with, like not even at all. And it's because you didn't take time to get to know that person. You just kind of went with your emotion and fell in love with them. And that's not always a bad thing. But for some of you, that was the case. Like, you definitely didn't know who you were falling in love with when you were falling in love with them. And maybe you weren't even in love. Maybe it was just infatuation, but I'm hearing like you kind of clung on to this person, you kind of clung on to something. Some of you are in deep thought about a Gemini or a Leo or a Virgo. Especially Gemini and Leo. For some of you, it's the person that's in deep thought. Somebody that you've been waiting on for a very long time is coming in, but I'm also hearing again, just because they're coming in doesn't mean, you know, you're to be expected to just accept that offer. Just because you wanted it at one point doesn't mean you still want it as much now. You have to remember that. You have to ask yourself that. Because some of you, you're going to go with this person and then realize that the high value that you held them to back then is nothing now. Why, you say? Because you found self-love. So realistically, you never actually saw them that way to begin with. You just thought you did. Because your expectations were at a lower level than where they are now. The love that you found for yourself has created like everything you ever wanted for you. What you give is what you're going to get, for real though. What you give is what you're going to get. Whatever you focus on is what you're going to manifest, Scorpio. Okay. This is definitely not the reading I was, actually don't know. I don't know why I always say that. Like, I never know what the reading's going to be, but like, the cards that I ended up like I intuitively pick the cards after I meditate on your energy, and usually I see the cards and I kind of feel the vibe as I'm grabbing the cards, and the vibe that I felt is so different from when I started pulling. But we have habits and addictions. Yes, habits and addictions, and she's actually at a bar. So for some of you, this could be, you know, a habit or an addiction to drinking. something that's affecting your body and you may not even know it. What was I gonna say? This person, like I said, this toxic person from the past, or this toxic thing from the past, it was a habit or an addiction. Some of you could have only been around this person when you were intoxicated, or there was only certain things that you could do around this person that would be fun. You know, you couldn't just do nothing, or, you know, I don't know. It's a very different, something's different here. Okay. I also see Aries here. Yep, Aries. Some of you, it could be an Aries. We have heartbreak. Heartbreak actually came out on the side. So for some of you through this Aries season, you're gonna, if you just started, you're either gonna find out something heartbreaking, or, you know what? If you're finding out something heartbreaking, it's something that you already know. She looks like she knew. She's always known. You know, sometimes you see things or you know things and you just can almost fool yourself into thinking that you don't see it. Because you just, how could that be? How could you? How could they? You know, things that are that devastating. Some of you, this person, like, wow. Scorpio, this is intense, you guys. Aquarius. Some of you, this could be an Aquarius. This is somebody who went through it. Maybe the heartbreak could have led to some bad habits and addictions. Sleepless nights especially. Some of you, this person or their energy haunts you still. Oh my God, I hope this is not true. I just saw some of you, this is like one of those situations where you are with this person, like physically, but maybe they're like married or whatever the case is, you're not with them, but you're only with them in a physical way. So you don't want to say anything because you feel like if you say something, you're going to lose them. If that's what you think, Scorpio, you don't even have them anyways. If that's what's really going on, if you're afraid to tell somebody how you feel because you're afraid you're going to lose them, then they should be gone. They should not be in your life. But for some of you, that's what was going on in the past. Because you can see now, like I said, you gain self-love now. For that to be true, there would be some self-love that is, your self-love bar would, if it's like a battery bar, it would be at like 25 if that was the case. Which would mean that right now, again, with the Nine of Pentacles, you need to focus on yourself. But something about, yeah, somebody's definitely, for some of you, there's an Aquarius or Aries that is drinking a lot. Especially if you're like in no communication with this person. Jeez, for some of you, be careful. It's like this person may guilt trip you into thinking like, or into like keeping them into your life. Acquired taste and weigh out options. Yes, this is about you not really deciding. Right? What if there's a buffet, you know, you're surrounded by so many foods, but you hate all of those foods. Are you going to go ahead and eat all of those foods? Or, you know, no, because you don't like them. Just because you're surrounded by something or something's offered to you, it does not mean you have to take it. And for some of you, this is about finally, because you've always been living, you know, to please people, or maybe not to please people, but thinking about, you know, taking care of other people before you're taking care of yourself. You've always kind of been okay with putting, you know, it's a very selfless energy, being okay with putting yourself to the side, especially, yeah, you guys are like, you feel like you're like the superhero, right? You got to swoop in and save everybody. You can't save everybody, especially if you haven't saved yourself, right? Scorpio. This was interesting. Okay. Okay. What advice then? What advice can we get Scorpio? Missed opportunity and magnetic attraction. For some of you, this is a love connection. Realize that I'm hearing no opportunities are truly missed. You think it's a missed opportunity, but no opportunities are truly missed, and you're going to realize that once this new magnetic attraction comes in. But whatever this case is, whatever this missed opportunity is, I'm not really feeling it's a missed opportunity so much as like the way that you perceive it to be. In a sense where you could almost call that a blessing in disguise, right? Very interesting, very, very interesting. Some of you, this is also saying that you may miss out an opportunity with a new love interest if you don't let go of this person. Especially if you've been getting a lot of hints around this time, like it's time to let go, it's time to release. Yeah. Very intense. Okay. Okay, let's get three more cards of advice. These are all future orientated. Oh, okay, more than three, but ooh, Justice. The Wheel of Fortune. The King of Wands. The Queen of Pentacles. Oh my god, this is so many cards. The Nine of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. Then the Six of Swords and the Three of Wands. So these are the ones that came up first. So it's about ahead. Everything ahead of you is going to be so much better. You are headed towards, you can see it, you can feel it, you can almost touch it, and you don't even know what it is for some of you. Others of you, you know exactly what it is, but you can't feel it, see it, or touch it yet. You're either waiting for one of the ends, and it's coming quicker than you think. Some of you, 6 weeks. 3, 6, those are important numbers, maybe the 3rd or the 6th of April, the 9th. Justice is coming, fate, destiny. The passion and the stability. For some of you, this is like a dream person or a dream job opportunity. Whatever it is, there's a dream in front of it. Finally, right? Finally. Something you've waited your whole life for. Oh, the Nine of Wands. Underneath the Nine of Wands is the Ace of Cups here. So, okay, so for some of you, you're going to think this is too good to be true when it comes in. And then with the Ace of Cups here, it's showing me that, especially when it comes to love, if it's like the perfect love, that's when you're probably going to be very guarded, and you might, like I said, that missed opportunity, you might miss out on a new opportunity for a magnetic attraction. But it looks like if it's career or finances, you're going to have no problem. And for some of you, you need to be careful, because maybe you overthink everything in a relationship, and when it comes to business and career, maybe you don't think enough, and this is like a warning. But you're going to be happy to pursue an opportunity within your career. Oh, some of you, you might fall in love in the workplace, or somebody that you look up to. Some of you have a younger, somebody here has a younger male that looks up to them. Oh my God, that's very weird. I've never seen this like this before. Some of you have a older man that they spy on you without spying on you. So I don't understand. It's like they get somebody to watch you for them, but how? There's like a little, there's something in his hand, and it's reminding me of, you know, in those older movies where there's a bird that comes back and gives you like information. I've seen like so many different versions of that in different movies before. They're not happy with what they see. But they don't, that's so weird. It sounds so negative, but they don't. It's almost like they're so disattached. It's almost like this is somebody that has so much feelings for you, but they would never be able to tell you because of their ego. So they just sit there sulking at the fact that they can't be. This is so weird, Scorpio. Like, why is this person so tight-lipped about how they feel? Oh, look at this. Oh my God, how did I just realize this now? The King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. I saw the King of Wands and I was just so excited to get to the Queen of Wands that I forgot that they were together. It's your person, Justice. So maybe this is, or somebody, if this is somebody from the past, this is somebody that you, the connection was either so strong or so long that it's like you might as well have been a married couple. You know what I mean? But I don't know, whatever this is, you're close to something. A beautiful new chapter. No way. Oh, gorgeous. The Ace of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, and I love this Ten of Pentacles, and the Magician. Victory, truth, honesty, clarity, happiness, contentment, lots of financial abundance, whatever abundance you want at the end of the day, because you're the Magician, you're coming into your true power. I'm hearing that I'm all the way up, nothing can stop me. That's literally you. Wow, Scorpio, this is where this was leading. Okay, I can like, it's almost like this is like when there's like 15 minutes left to the end of the movie. You know what I mean? Which also means, unfortunately, that like all the good parts are probably gone. It's like the movie's like simmering down. But this is also the best part. Like this is as high as it's gonna get, I think, is what I was trying to say. But Scorpio, you're unstoppable now. This is amazing, Scorpio. No, like if you could feel this energy, you're so close you don't even realize. Ten of Pentacles. You were at the Seven of Pentacles. I'm not sure when this came up, but at some point, your hard work is definitely paying off. Some of you, it's time to get an animal. Your animal is going to be your best friend if you don't have one. And I say animal because it can be any kind. It does not necessarily have to be a cat or a dog. You have every little tool that you need. This is like, say life was a game, okay? Life is a game and we need to accomplish 10 different things. Ew, why is this reminding me of something so creepy? Okay, never mind. Okay, so we have to do 10 different things. And once we do the 10th thing, once we get through the 10th obstacle, our dream life is just waiting there for us, right? But if we knew that when we were, you know, born, if we knew that that's how life was, that's what this looks like. And it looks like you're about to enter the 10th one, like you are about to walk into, you've learned it all. Of course, there's going to be more things to learn. You will never learn everything in the world, but your main key core lessons, this last one, which is the hardest one, like I was saying in the beginning then, because you have to, oh my God, yes, Scorpio, yes. Because you have to completely be okay with leaving your old life, with every aspect of your old life, in order for you to step into a 100% new. 100% new means there's not 1% of your old life, old anything that you can keep, that you can take with you. Wow. Interesting. Okay, wow. And I think you're going to start off by yourself. Like this, I think this means for some of you almost getting rid of everyone, in a sense. Whenever I said everyone, who are the first people that came to your mind? But it's like you're having to pick yourself up and move on out. Yeah. For some of you, I saw the vulnerable card. I'm not even sure if I pulled it or not, but going back to that card, whatever this is, it's going to make you feel vulnerable. You're going to feel vulnerable. You're going to feel very, very out there. You could be somebody that's usually very secretive, very behind the scenes, and now you're going to be in the spotlight. And you're doing it not for the money, not for the fame, or not for any of that, but you're doing it to get your story out there. You're doing that for greater purpose. And the funny thing is that you actually don't. You wish you could do what you're doing and be unknown. It's like when you only have pure intentions, most likely the majority of things that are going to be surrounded by you are going to be pure. Everybody it's like you're finally defeating your shadow side. And the sun, when the sun is about to set, you're waiting for that horizon, literally on the Three of Wands here. And once that sun sets, you've defeated your shadow side to the point where it can't show its face anymore. Back then, your shadow side was like a giant, and I guess your normal side, the side that you show the world, was like an ant. Now it's the opposite. Your shadow side is the size of an ant, and you are a giant. You could squash it, and you wouldn't even notice that you squashed it. It can't come up. It can't show its face. Wow. This is reminding me of like rags to riches, but in a sense more as like going from one thing. It's almost like going from nothing to everything. But not within like a financial or superficial kind of way. It's like a spiritual peace, like peace. And for some of you, it's just something as simple as learning to trust your intuition, and that being enough, right? You trust your intuition. Now that you trust your intuition, you're living a very peaceful life because it's leading you exactly. I always say that intuition is the blueprint to your soul's purpose, to your soul's happy land, your soul's whatever. Okay, Scorpio, I'm going to end this here. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you would like a personal reading, the link will be in the description box below. If you would like to participate to win a free 15-minute personal reading, then the information for that is in the description box.